Hi, guys. We're getting ready to start with English Bernhard live here from our living room at 7:30. Go get your wine, get some food, sit back and relax. You're in for an amazing show. So we'll see you really soon at 7:30. Hi, happy Thursday, everybody. So happy that you joined us tonight on Living Room Live. I'm Lauren Kennedy Brady. I'm the producing artistic director of Theater Raleigh. And while we're in this downtime, we have created Living Room Live to keep everybody entertained as much as we possibly can and to also keep our artists creating. We want to be part of the solution. So this has been a really, really fun thing for us to do, and we look forward to continuing doing Living Room Live once we start our live performances again. But in the meantime, we're bringing you some killer talent direct from their living rooms, directly to your living room. So you're going to be in for quite a show tonight. I can't wait to introduce our guest in a minute. But before we get to all that, I have a number of things I want to talk about, like some housekeeping things. As you know, we have been partnering with the North Carolina Artist Relief Fund, with the Pinecone, United Arts Council, the Visual Art Exchange, Art Space, and a couple of other really awesome nonprofits in our area. And we have been able to disperse over $70,000 to artists who have been affected by this pandemic. So let me give you some metrics because it's pretty exciting and I'm really proud to have been a part of it. To date, we have given $74,190 to artists across North Carolina. To be specific, 378 artists in 115 towns or cities. Of those, 167 were artists of color, 36 were artists with disabilities, and 94 were LGBTQ artists. So that is pretty cool. We're really proud of being able to do that. So yay, us. Especially to Brandon Cordry, who runs the Visual Art Exchange, who is headed up the entire thing. I'm really, really grateful that he asked Theater Raleigh to be a part of it so we could be part of that solution. It's been really fun to get to work with them as well. I also want to talk a little bit about how I had technical difficulties last week when I was trying to show a video of some of the really cute entertainment and artists that have submitted their work to us through the TR Talent Show. And I think I figured it out. Everybody who's watching tonight, cross your fingers so tight. And let's see if I was actually able to figure out how to run video, because I got a couple I want to show you tonight. This first one is just 4 of the kids, actually. We've had kids, adults, all kinds of people submit their talent, but these are 4 kids in particular I wanted to share with you. They're so cute. They're amazing. I want to show you right now. Here they are. Cross your fingers. And you can tell everybody it's too strong. It made me cry, simple God, that's done. I'm not gonna write you a love song, 'cause you asked for it, 'cause you need one. You see, I'm not gonna write you a love song, 'cause it's got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You've got troubles, well I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. If we stick together we can see it through. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. Can you handle it? Oh my God, they're so cute. I love it. Oh, it has been so much fun to see all those submissions come in. Whew, I am so relieved at that work. I got thumbs up from my husband from the other side of the camera that the audio worked. Woohoo! So I mentioned a couple weeks ago that we've gotten so many amazing talent submissions for the talent show. Now, what we want to do is we haven't figured out exactly how we're going to do it, but we want you to continue to submit your stuff, your 30 to 1 minute video. And we are going to we're going to create a way that we can vote on who your favorite artist was. And then whoever gets the most popular vote will come on Living Room Live and be a guest and get to share their talent with you. So that will be really fun. So keep your submissions coming in. We'd love to see what you got. And before we go on to our special guest, and there's kind of a connection here, which she'll probably explain a little bit later. We also tried a few weeks ago to show you a video compilation of our Stay In, Sing Out initiative, which was to get kids who aren't able to be in their shows right now an opportunity to sing, show their talent. So we compiled this group of kids who submitted their song, and the song was Waving Through a Window from Dear Evan Hansen. And I have a little portion of that video to show you tonight. So here we go. Fingers crossed it works the second time. I think you're gonna like it. It's super, super cute. Can you handle how cute? I love it so much. I want to keep doing these. These are so fun to do, and it gives everybody an opportunity to express themselves and get to sing these awesome songs from contemporary Broadway shows. Ah, I love it, love it, love it. It makes me so proud that we're able to be a part of people's process in becoming an artist. And my guest that we're bringing out tonight is somebody who I have watched grow up. She came through the North Carolina Theater Conservatory. I did shows with her when she was 11, and she has gone on to do incredible, incredible things with her life. Listen, we always knew she would. Let me just give you a few of her credits. So she is on the Mean Girls national tour. She is standing by for Katie, Regina George, and for Janice. And she was also on the road with If Then, starring Idina Menzel. Hello. She is a Raleigh native, and some of her favorite credits in North Carolina were the North Carolina Theater productions of Les Miserables, Next to Normal, Evita, and Annie. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to bring out tonight English Bernhardt. There she is.
Me.
Thanks for being available. Otherwise, you'd be starting the show on tour right now. So
Hardly. Happy to be here.
Oh, I'm so happy to see your face.
Those videos, I'm sorry. I know I need to just talk about them for just 1 second.
No, we definitely need to discuss.
Emma, who was playing the piano, was in my little 8 to 10-year-old live on stage class that I was the teacher's assistant for. And she was this big and so quiet. And now she is a stunning grown woman with an unbelievable voice. That video came on and my jaw hit the floor.
No, that girl is stellar. I can't handle, like, she has become, like, how she's grown into herself. She's got that singer-songwriter vibe. She plays for herself.
She's so cool, and it's like raspy. Amazing. She's amazing.
No, she's amazing. She's amazing. Whether she wins the talent show or not, I definitely feel like I need to bring her on Living Room Live so she can come perform.
Just have to sing more. Yeah,
we love her. And she was also in Les Mis with you and I when we did it in North Carolina.
I'm actually pretty sure she was the young version of me, which
she was. I believe she was young Eponine.
You know, I'm honored to share that with her because she's incredible.
Well, I think it's really cool because you came through, the North Carolina Theater Conservatory, as I did a version of it because it was a million trillion years ago in the 1800s. But that kind of access is so important for artists that are coming along and learning how to be artists and hone their teeth and figure out what kind of craft they're going to want. So you were probably very, what's the right word? Inspired by your opportunities. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I don't think I really realized how incredible that program is and how fortunate we are in Raleigh and North Carolina to have it until I left. And met other people through the Jimmy Awards and just in New York auditioning, and people that, they would say, oh, I really want to compete in the Jimmy Awards, but my school doesn't have a theater program, and we don't have anything in my town. Or people that I would do shows with that didn't grow up with the training that I had and just started singing in their shower and are these unbelievable talents that are just having to figure it out on their own when they get to New York. And I cannot imagine, I wouldn't be where I am without North Carolina theater and the conservatory and voice lessons and just training you how to carry yourself on stage and speak to people and perform. And we are so fortunate to have it. And I cannot say enough good things. I really can't.
No, it's so true, because not only did I also participate in North Carolina theater when I was a kid, but it's also really formed who I am as a producer. And I talked to Eric Woodall, who's now the artistic director, and Casey Hutchins, who was before, and Elizabeth Doran, and talked to them about how meaningful it was to me, and how Deanne Jones really put that idea of side-by-side training with bringing artists in from New York and using local talent together is what makes the magic. And so I'm continuing to do that in my own version at Theater Raleigh as well. So I'm like you, I'm grateful.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And we're so lucky to have Theater Raleigh. I mean, the more the merrier, like it's so rare to find that, because then you'll go to New York and know people and have worked with people, or like Casey Hutchin is my associate director on Mean Girls.
Exactly. Listen, Casey Nicolau was my dance partner in Showboat in 1991. And then he was the choreographer of Spamalot when I went in 1,000 years later. I mean, it's crazy.
Hey. It's such a small world. It's crazy.
I know. It's really cool. It's awesome. And John Arthur Green, when he was on a few weeks ago, we spoke about that as well. Also, that there just must be something in the water here in Raleigh, because there are so many amazing people who have come from this area.
I'm telling you, let's be honest. It has to come from the training. Look at this training ground we're talking about. But I do think you're right. I mean, North Carolina, we got it figured out. Maybe it's a sweet tea or barbecue or something.
You just made me so hungry. So wait a minute. That's funny that you bring it up, because English Bernhardt, you are the queen of taking pictures of food on your Instagram, because I follow you. Don't you worry. So I need to know, like, what is your favorite restaurant across this country? Like, what has been the most exciting thing you've done culinary wise?
That's a really good question. I am a little embarrassed, but not really. I love to cook, and I get so excited in the presentation of it, I think, is where the photos come in. I like to watch Food Network. So it's all kind of, I like to think I'm a food blogger when I really have no idea what I'm doing. But
if this whole theater thing doesn't don't work out, which of course it's going to work out, don't lie to ourselves. You could take food photography.
I will say, some people have told me that it would be interesting to document my experiences on tour across the country, like you're saying, because there are some unbelievable places. Like, let me think. I didn't actually go here, but one of my best friends on the tour went to this place called Alinea in Chicago, which is like a 3-star Michelin restaurant, like best in the world. And here we're just in Chicago on tour, and she's like, I think I'm going to go. You just traveling and having a reason to be somewhere. It's so neat, the things you'll experience in all these local cities. So I'm very jealous of that. But I do try to keep the coffee shop game going.
You sure do. It's true, though. It is one of the great things about touring is that you get paid to travel the country and sometimes the world as an artist, and really diving into the cities and finding out what they're all about definitely seems like something you are embracing.
I'm trying to, because I think on my first tour I kind of was getting it, but then now that this is my second, I've got it figured out. I know how at least I enjoy being in the city, and I would rather try to feel like a local than do all the tourist spots, because those are normally better anyway,
Oh, totally. So talk to me about standing by on tour, because you probably are in rehearsal quite a lot. So bless you for getting out and actually doing things. Talk to us a little bit about what it's like to be a standby.
Yeah, I had no idea. I had never been a standby. I knew of people through North Carolina theater that had gone on to be standbys, but I was like, you know, I think this is going to be my own experience and I'm just going to figure it out as it comes. But I was so fortunate in that Danielle Wade, who plays Katie Heron on our tour, was the standby on Broadway before she booked the tour. So I felt like I had this kind of guide who very much was willing to show me the ropes and was so understanding and supportive about the whole thing. Because it's a weird position to be in. You know, you're just kind of this person's shadow all the time. And then you have to be ready to step in at any time and kind of save the day, but then, you know, be humble and know that that's still their role, but you have to be just as prepared as they are. And it's really challenging, and covering multiple parts that are very different is hard, and switching back and forth. And I wouldn't even say I've perfected it now, and we're almost 6 months in. But I did learn you have to just kind of let go of things. I'm a very strong perfectionist, and that is not good for a standby, because a lot of times you perform one night and then you don't know when you'll go on again. So, you know, you prepare as much as humanly possible to be ready when you go on, and then just let it go. And then you'll hit it the next time you go on again. But I have been really fortunate. It's been great.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching your social media, and it does look like you've been able to go on a lot, and that you saved the day even mid-show.
Both of my debuts, well, 2 of my 3 debuts were mid-show, which, again, since I had never been in a show with a standby, let alone been one, I was very much like, is this normal? What's happening to our show? Why does this keep happening to me? Is there not a rule about this? But it just goes to show that you never know when it will happen. Do your homework, be prepared, but it makes for a good story after.
Oh, very exciting. And the audience is very confused. Like, wait a minute.
Oh my gosh. Right. And they're always like, ladies and gentlemen, the remainder of this performance. And you wonder, you know, did people hear that? Do they think it's just a much shorter girl, but she kind of looks the same? Like, who knows?
Same hair because the wig is the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, I never went on mid-show, but I had a lot of friends and fellow understudies in the shows that I've understudied on who went on mid-show, but that never happened to me. But I can only imagine that the audience is like, huh? What's happening?
I wish I could hear what they were thinking. It's a little traumatizing at first, but then you're kind of like, oh, it can only go up from here. How can we do harder?
But also you have the opportunity to like really save the day, because if the audience knows too that something's happened, this person's gotten ill, or they've broken a body part, like who knows? And here comes this person who's unprepared, shot out of a cannon. Here she comes. They are on your side.
It's true. I joked with my parents when it was time for me to make my Janice debut, which was planned because she was leaving for vacation, that I kept telling him, it's not going to be as good. There's just no way. You know, I had all this adrenaline and excitement the first 2 times, and everyone was cheering for me no matter what, because it just happened. So Janice, there was a lot of pressure, but it happened. It wasn't quite as exciting, but it was good.
So tell me who your favorite role is to play.
Oh man, that is such a good question. Honestly, I think it has to be Regina George. It has to be. Because never in my life have I played a part like that. Never did I think I would. You know, the wig, I don't look like myself. The character is so different, I hope, than I am. She has the best costumes. She commands the stage. She sings the best songs. And you hate her, but you love her. So she still gets all this credit. It's pretty epic.
I think it's debatable that she sings the best songs, though, because true, I love her big song, but I also am a big fan of Stupid with Love, and I'm a huge fan of I'd Rather Be Me that Janice sings. So I don't know. It's a lot of awesome powerhouse female roles, which I think is so cool.
I totally agree. And those are moments when I'm so thankful to be a standby, because there is no other way that I would get to play all 3 of them. And I think it has stretched me as a performer. I have learned more about myself and my, voice and range and all of the above. So it's been awesome. It's cool to play Janice, which I was very scared of at first, but you're kind of liberated in parts that are so different than you. So it has been neat. They're all pretty good.
Yeah, because you can kind of hide behind it and like
Yeah.
really put on the character. Because you're probably most like Katie
Yes,
than
exactly.
any of them.
He's probably the most natural, but when you put that wig on for Janice that's like half shaved and all those like crazy clothes, it's amazing. It feels so crazy, but you have to just lean in. It's awesome.
But like we've said before, it's just like Natalie that you played in Next to Normal with opposite myself. You played my daughter.
Come on, Charlie Brady.
And Charlie Brady was in it as well. Yes, we nailed it. That was honestly, we were just saying the other day, that was one of our favorite experiences was doing Next to Normal. That cast was just
way. I know. I have the best memories from that. I really do. So I try to pull from Natalie for Janice.
Yeah, because she was a punk, let's be real.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it so much. Okay, so I know that you are going to be very, very successful in your career. I said this to you before as well. You're going to be a household Broadway name, no doubt. I have no doubt. But I think honestly, standing by is something that you will appreciate later because you will feel like you weren't just given the world on a plate, but you went through the trenches with everybody else, and it'll, make you a better performer.
I totally agree. I think so too. At the beginning, it's hard to see it that way, but then, like everything in life, after the fact, you always see there was a reason for it, and I grew so much from it. And like I said, I played 3 parts in one. Incredible.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
I was a standby girl. We all did it. I was understudy and standbys. It's so, it's part of this. It's part of the deal.
Yeah.
Tell me this. So when you're in New York, I mean, obviously you're going to stay on tour, right? You're going to go back on tour for a while?
Yes. We're going to finish out hopefully at least the year.
Okay, cool. And then when you get back to New York, what's the plan then? Back hit the drawing board is not what I meant to say.
No.
The streets? What am I trying to? No, you're going to be beating the streets. What is a pound of pavement? There it is.
Yeah.
You got it. What is your side hustle? Do you have a side hustle? Do you have anything else?
Absolutely. I babysit for lots of families. I also teach at a bar studio, which you also probably see a lot of on my Instagram, a lot of bar classes. Okay. So, trying to stay in shape, but also a job that a lot of performers have. So they're very understanding of auditions and that whole life. And babysitting, I have always loved. But yeah, I don't know. I hope, obviously, the dream would be that this will open the door for something else, and of course, we'll just go straight to the next.
But it always does open the door, whether it's straight to it's work begets work, the people you meet, the connections you make.
Exactly. So, I'm so grateful to have this job and all that it has taught me, and we'll see what happens after this. But I'm also just excited to be back in New York. After you're gone for a year, it's like, it's okay if I don't have a job immediately. I'm just back in New York.
Yeah. See your friends, appreciate the city and all that comes with it. Yeah, for sure. So what's your dream though? Like what's the ultimate goal for English? Is it Broadway? Is it film? Is it recording? What are the hopes?
I definitely want to be on Broadway. That is a huge dream of mine. Always has been. And everyone is always like, oh, English, when you get there, it's not as exciting as you think. It's always so glamorous, but it's just like everything else. But you know what? It doesn't matter. I still want to do it. It's okay. The first one has to at least be exciting, So that is a dream. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll say this, that it's true. Once you go through the stage door, it's all the same. You're putting on a show with a group of people who, love the art. But you have to have done it to be able to say that, So, that's what you've driven yourself. That dream has been the driving force behind you for all these years. And there's no reason that you should ever shame away from saying, that is what I want. I'm going to put my eye on the prize and I'm going to get it.
That is it. So on the way, hopefully.
Good for you. 100%. Like I said, I have no doubt that you're going to be a Broadway household name. That is written in the stars as far as I'm concerned. I've known it since you were 11, by the way. Oh Crazy. My God. You killed me. I was thinking back over this last week as we were preparing for the show, thinking about I think the first time we worked together was during Annie Get Your Gun.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
You played my little sister. And by the way, and what?
Was this when you put my dress on? My costume? Do you remember that?
Yes, we traded dresses. Oh my God. If I had remembered that, I should have put that picture. Oh my God, I have the picture. I have it. We traded dresses. Oh my God, you were such a teensy tiny little thing. You were so cute. But what I remember about you the most, English, then, and we worked together a number of times since then, but that first meeting was this girl is so like authentic, like who she is. And you didn't have like this baby kind of like starry-eyed thing. You were like grounded. You had a low voice and you talked to me like you were like abroad kind of. You were very much like, no, you weren't jaded. It was just sort of like you were a worldly woman already at 11 years old, which I just was obsessed with. The only girly thing that you did, which made me laugh so hard, was that I remember you sitting behind the little desk as you come into the rehearsal room and you were like, Lauren, what's your phone number? And I was like, okay, I'll give her my phone number. And then you started blowing my phone up. Like you were texting me like crazy.
What? Nothing.
Just like, oh, hey, girl. Like, we're friends. Like we're texting. Oh my God. It was so funny.
I thought you were I still do. Just like the coolest. I remember that. And when we changed costumes, it was like, oh, big time. I was like,
and do you know what I thought to myself? Is I fit in an 11-year-old girl's dress.
Win all around.
It was such a win. Oh my God.
It was. Oh,
that was so cute. But then what I loved about that was literally like 2 or 3 years later, you went from playing my little sister to playing the mistress in Evita. By the way, you were 15, by the way, playing mistress.
Right after Annie. My parents will never forget. I mean, the transition was.
You were like little orphan Annie to mistress in a nightie.
You know, you grow up quick in the
theater. Show business pushes you straight forward. Oh my God, I love it so much. Oh man. Well, I want to hear you sing, and I know everybody else does. They want me to shut up and let the real talent go. So I'm going to send it over to you, and I cannot wait to hear what you have planned. We'll come back and we'll play some fun, stupid games like I always like to play with my guests and get some questions from our audience. So if you have any questions that you've been putting in, I'll write them down. I'll make sure we talk to English about those. But in the meantime, you guys sit back and relax and enjoy English Bernhardt.
Hi, everyone. Okay, I'm so excited to be here with you guys. The first song I am going to sing, let me make sure I've got this all set up here. There's actually kind of a cool story behind this. So I won't bore you with all the details, but when I had just graduated from high school, so just where I was going to go to college, I was asked to audition for this show that was at the time called the Untitled Pasek Paul Levinson Project. I had no idea what that was. I didn't know any of those people. I didn't have an agent at the time, so I didn't even really know how I got the audition. But I remember seeing some of the names on the creative team and being like, that seems kind of familiar. This feels like a big deal. Maybe I should go. So I flew to New York. My mom and I flew to New York. I auditioned. I booked what was the workshop, which is basically like an early first step of a new show trying to make it to Broadway. Then about a month later, I did the lab, which is basically just a longer, a little bit more produced version of the workshop, but still kind of a trial period because it takes years for a show to make it to Broadway, if it makes it to Broadway. But I was in the ensemble at the time and have the fondest memories just of being able to be in the room of this show creating around me. And I had never really known how that all worked and how they constantly make changes and, kind of scrap it as they go and figure out what works. But anyway, so fast forward, the show is now called Dear Evan Hansen. As I'm sure many of you will know, it's been so successful on tour and on Broadway. And there is no longer an ensemble. A lot of the songs that were in it when I did it are not even in it anymore. I think they're maybe on a deluxe album. But I just have the fondest memories, and I'm so grateful to have been in that room and been a part of it. And this song is a song that has always been in it from the beginning, and I have always loved it. So I thought I would sing it for you tonight. So this is Requiem from Dear Evan Hansen. Why should I play this game of pretend, remembering through a secondhand sorrow, such a great son and wonderful friend. Oh, don't the tears just pour? I could curl up and hide in my room, there in my bed, still sobbing tomorrow. I could give in to all of the gloom. Tell me what for? Why should I have a heavy heart? Why should I start to break in pieces? Why should I go and fall apart for you? Why should I play the grieving girl and lie, saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark without your light? I will sing no requiem tonight, 'cause when the feelings fall, the kingdoms never weep. No one lights a candle to remember. No one mourns it all when they lay them down to sleep. So don't tell me that I didn't have it right. Don't tell me that it wasn't black and white. After all you put me through, don't say it wasn't true. Then you are not the monster. 'Cause I cannot play the grieving girl and lie, saying that I miss you and that my world has gone dark. I will sing no requiem. I will sing no requiem tonight. Okay, well there you have it. So that was Requiem from Dear Evan Hansen. All right, for our next song, we're gonna pep things up a bit. This song I'm very excited about because I have not sang it in years. This song is, I used to sing it all the time when I was little for auditions and around the house in the shower. And it's from a musical called 13. So even though I am a little outdated and old for the show now, I think it is relevant now more than ever. The song is called What It Means to Be a Friend. And now I figure during quarantine, I have never, ever been more grateful for friends and FaceTime and Zoom. And they are kind of what is getting me through this. So I thought this song was actually quite relevant. And it happens to be one of my mother's favorite songs of all time that I used to sing. And she doesn't know that I'm singing this tonight. So Mom, this one is for you. Friend's not a cheap little phony creep or a jerk trying to make a deal. A friend is the person who most of all cares about what you feel. And nothing is hard than learning a friend isn't real. A friend sends notes texts back and forth all day. It doesn't care that you can't spell. A friend knows you got a crush on your teacher, but a friend would never tell. A friend's outside waiting the minute you both hear the bell. And if your heart is always breaking, 'cause the world is just not fair. You're at your worst, your friend's the first. Giving you something to lean on, and that's what it means to be a friend. A friend will smoke cookies in your room or laugh at the poems you write. A friend will go and start kissing your brother the minute that you're out of sight. A friend is the person you call 16 times every night. And if your heart is always breaking, you want to run and hide. You're at your worst, your friend is on. If someone moves in round the corner and you want to show him you care, so you give up all your last month of vacation and all of the time you can spare. And then on the first day of classes, he acts like you're not even there. And he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He'll never know to be a friend. Oh my God, it has been ages. I feel like I've been saying that in 20 years. Oh my gosh. Okay. So next, what do we have next? Next, this song I'm going to sing. I have actually never sang before, I'm going to be honest. I'm a little nervous. But it's a song that I fell in love with the minute that I heard it when I saw the show. It's from Bridges in Madison County. And hopefully some of you guys were fortunate enough to see it when they just did it at Theater Raleigh. I hate that I didn't, but I have no doubt that it was a stunning performance. And this song, yeah, the melody is gorgeous. It's another Jason Robert Brown, who can do no wrong in my eyes. And yeah, I think it's beautiful, and I thought I would sing it for you guys tonight. So this is called Another Life from the Bridges of Madison County. Put inside a picture frame, some tables and coffee mugs. Beautiful girl of 25, sitting at the table, put a man of 37 as exotic as that girl would ever see. Have her standing over him and laughing as he's asking her a question no one thought to ask before. Color him with mystery and color her with danger, and expose them just enough to wish for more. But there was something there between us. something stronger, something stranger, more than quicksand, more than flame. Further down the gallery, a picture of a couple on a honeymoon in Marrakesh summer. See him with his camera at his eye, and see her listening at his hand, afraid he doesn't know she's there. But there was something deep inside him, something I could never reach, like he saw it getting closer in a window on the beach. Another life, but I believed I'd grow to be the thing he needed most to see. And if our nights just stayed this hot, I'd break him down, he'd open up. Obviously not. Back there in a shadow, find a picture of a woman wearing 4 years of confusion like a scar. Walking through the door and leaving nothing but a note that says, "I'm sorry, Robert," taped to her guitar. And there's so much I still wonder, did he need me? Did he know love is open, love is easy? That was someone long ago. Another life, another life. Is that pretty? So beautiful. Just the most gorgeous melody. I love that song. Not too bad. Remember the words. Okay. For our next and final song for a minute, we're gonna do Mean Girls. We have to do Mean Girls, right? Yes, I miss it so much. I really do. And I'm used to hearing it in the monitors, rehearsing in my headphones constantly, to now it's been, over a month, and I really miss it. I miss the music. I miss the people. And yeah, so I thought, can't have a living room live concert without some Mean Girls. So this song is one that Katie Heron sings. If you're not familiar with the movie or the show, that's okay. All you need to know is that this is her in math class, which is ironic because I'm terrible at math. But this is her in math class talking to, kind of daydreaming about her crush who is sitting directly in front of her. So there's a couple spots in the music where there's awkward pauses where there would be dialogue. Obviously, we don't have that now. So just pretend we're in the classroom. You see the vision. So yeah, this is called Stupid with Love. And yeah, it's one of my favorites to sing from the show. and I thought I'd sing it for you now. Let's try that again. Maybe from the beginning. Okay. When I was 5, I fell in love. It didn't last. He ran from me, literally ran from me. And being Kenyan, he ran fast. When I was 10, in love again, this Peace Corps guy. I waited hours inside his tent with flowers, which made him laugh, which made me cry. By 13, I gave up trying. I decided I would be a mathematician. This math is real. I memorize a lot of pi because addition and subtraction and division would never make me feel so stupid. Like I didn't get it. I didn't get it somehow. Smart with math, but stupid with love. I didn't get it. I didn't get it till now. So thank you, math, for being there to bring me joy. And thank you, math, because now you brought me this cute boy. He's like someone from TV. He's like that guy who gives out roses to his women. His clothes, his grooming, and he's a photo with me. His dreamy smile and shiny eyes that I could swim in. He's alive and in the room. And I'm with love. I wanna get it. I wanna get it. But now, smart with math, but stupid with love. I wanna get it. I didn't get it till now. I'm sounded and nonplussed. I am filled with calculus. Does this guy work out? We must. I'll sweat it out. Keep that imagery more hot. Let me just enjoy that thought. School was wrong, but now it's not. This math is good. It's all so simple. Stupid with love. But I can get it. Watch these girls self-educate. I learn math so I can learn love. You wanna bet it that I can get it? Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. There you have it.
My mic was muted. You better sing in your living room.
Here we are.
Amazing. Oh my God. That is awesome. Oh my God. I want to see you play that part.
Oh, it's fun.
I want to see you play all the parts.
All the
Just
parts.
do them all for us tonight.
Oh, I know. I'll just do a one-woman show.
You do the one woman mean girls. The
Yes,
mean girl.
Mean girl. Yes.
I really love the show. I went to see it. I took my best friend, Abby O'Brien, and my daughter's and her best friend to go see it on Broadway a few years ago when it first opened. I was like, this is the best show to have like girls' night with your girls and just celebrate. Yeah, it was really fun. And
job with like giving the lines that you want from the movie that everyone is expecting, but it's still got new music that's beautiful, that's very theater. But, you know, everyone comes knowing the movie, so you have to kind of play with that a little. But I feel like they found the balance.
Well, I'm here to tell you that my daughter and her best friend knew the movie, and they could quote it, and they were quoting with everybody. But Abby and I were like, well, we have no idea what they're talking about.
We like it.
Old jaded ladies who had not really seen the movie. It was a long time ago. I definitely didn't learn it. Didn't memorize it. But I loved it so much. It was so good. And it's such a great, like the title is such a misnomer because it's a really empowering story about girls and how to take your life back. And
exactly. And look at all these women, female leads. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's so cool. Well, you sound amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. You're very sweet. I was like, oh, sung it a little bit. We're back.
I know, right? I stretch those muscles.
I
Get
know,
that.
I know.
Warm up. What are vocal cords? I don't know. But oh my God, thank you so much for singing tonight. We did have some questions while you were singing your cute face off. Ellen Levy wanted to know what the audition process is like for a standby. What did you have to prepare?
Great question. So when I initially went in, it was just for Katie. They didn't say it was for a standby. It just said Katie. So I went in and I had like 2 scenes and I sang Stupid with Love and Stars, which is the finale. And then as I'm in the room, the casting director is like, do you know Janice? This is while I'm in there. You know, I'm like dressed like Katie. I've prepared. I'm like, I watched Bear Wolverine on Seth Meyers, but that's about it. And she's like, I'm sorry. I know this is crazy. Just go to the piano. She will, like, you can read it over her shoulder. I don't even need you to perform it. I just want to hear I'd Rather Be Me in your voice. So my heart is like, okay. So I go to the piano and I mean, I did not know it. Like it was rough. And this incredible accompanist plunks it out and she's like, okay, we're going to try a couple times and then we'll just sing it and it'll be fine. So we sing through it. It goes okay. And they're like, thank you so much. We know that was crazy. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in. Halfway out the door, I have my coat on. I'm leaving the office and I hear English. What now? He says, can we have you look at Regina also? And I'm like, like, what do you can say no, of course. So she is holding this packet and I'm like, okay, so you want me to go home and learn this and I'll come back another day. And she's like, no, I'm going to see the next girl and we'll call you in like 5 minutes. So here I am on my phone, like, YouTubing Taylor Louderman, like to hear what this song sounds like. Yes. Also, the scene that they gave me was the same one I had just done as Katie. So my brain is like, okay, just swap it. No problem. So again, go in, do the best I can. Was not perfect, but it happened. And then I left. So then my callback was for the standby for all 3 of them. And I've never been more nervous in my life. I mean, it's like Tina Fey and Casey Nicola and the whole gang is there. And I'm like, you're fine, play cool. But basically, I went in, they had me sing a little bit of Katie, then I did a little bit of Regina, and then that was it. And they said, thank you so much. But here I had prepared all of this material for Janice as well. So I'm like, I didn't get it. I didn't get the job. They didn't ask for Janice. They want someone that can cover all 3. I'm not a Janice, and I didn't get it. So then I went home and had a big glass of wine and was like, okay, it's fine, it is what it is. And then about a week later, I got the call that I got it. So basically, I think they just make you do a 1-woman show if you're going to be a standby, essentially.
Essentially, they're like, do all the parts. Ready, go.
But I am fortunate that in that first audition, it was kind of like being a standby. Like, the bar was so low that they were throwing this stuff on me that it was like, oh, I'm doing it. So at least it's something. But
yeah, like you shifted and you took it and you went with it. And that's what they're probably looking for as well, as somebody who can also nail it when you sing it and learn it.
I was confident.
Oh, that is fun. I can't believe that you auditioned for Tina Fey. And was she a part of the process of putting the tour together?
She is around all the time. We had a company-wide Zoom last night, and she was there on Zoom.
Oh, that's great.
I called my brother, and I was like, I just Zoomed with Tina Fey. I definitely didn't talk to her. I'm way too nervous for that. I just looked at her in her little square bubble. But she's so hands-on, and her husband, Jeff, wrote the music. So between she writing the book and Jeff, I mean, they were there all the time. So it was.
Well, my little dirty secret is that I'm obsessed with Tina Fey, and I read her book, and I literally cried when it was over because I felt like I missed my friend. My friend. Never met her. Don't know her at all, but I felt like she was my friend.
I don't really know her either. I've been in rooms with her. But what is funny is that when I first met her, you see her on all these TV shows, you have this idea of what she's gonna be like. And she wasn't like that at all. Her husband, Jeff, is like the fun, loud, cutting up and like making jokes all the time. And she's just like quiet and reserved in the corner.
Oh, interesting. She's an observer.
And then when it's time and she's like coming up with new lines on the spot that are brilliant, she's hilarious. I was just expecting roles to be reversed, and it was not like that at all.
I love that. I love that. That's so cool. All right, a couple more questions. Todd Foreman wants to know what the difference is between a standby, swing, and an understudy.
This is such a
great question.
Such a good question. So, okay, so a swing is someone who is off stage, not performing in the show normally, but covers all of the ensemble members. So sometimes it's like 8. So there's normally, like in our show, we have 2 male swings and 2 female swings. So both of the girls cover all the ensemble girls and the boys cover all the ensemble boys. So they have to know all the dances, all the different spots that they stand in, all the different voice parts. Their job is incredibly hard. But the reason we have them is because we have understudies, which are people that are in the ensemble in the show every night, but that understudy a principal part. So if they go on for a principal, one of the swings will take their spot in the ensemble. So basically, swing is off stage every night, covers ensemble. Understudy is someone in the ensemble that just understudies a principal. And a standby is someone who is off stage but just covers the principals and is generally the first to go on if they're out. So the standby would go on, and then if the standby couldn't go on, then the understudy, if that makes sense.
And Todd, what English won't tell you is that standbys are on principal contracts, so they're way fancier. They make more money and they're fancy. Fancy.
Not at all.
It's like the upper echelon of understudies. They're like the fancy understudy. It is. Todd, it is. Okay. And so before I get to my question, but Susan White wants to know, so many contemporary scores require high, crazy belting. How do you keep your voice healthy? What do you do?
That's a really, really good question. I think training and knowing proper technique is really, really important, which started for me at North Carolina Theater with Ray Walker, who I am so thankful for. And then I obviously got a teacher in New York, and even on tour, I still will Skype to have voice lessons because being a standby, I don't sing every night. And that was something I was so worried about, was my voice going from 0 to 1,000, singing these really high belty songs, potentially multiple nights a week, or switching to different roles is weird on your voice. So voice lessons and training, also warming up. There are some people on our show that can just sing without warming up, no problem. Can have dairy, does not matter. I am not one of those people. I have like a straw that I sing through, and I do lip trills, and I have a full warm up. But since doing Mean Girls, I have tried to be better about a cool down, which I have to admit I'm not very good about. But basically, that's just cooling your voice down after you sang all of those crazy, crazy belties. To protect it, and water and all of the things, and tea and honey, but you have to be smart and know your limits. And there are multiple days I've been on tour where I was on vocal rest all day because I knew I had a big week coming up, and you just have to protect it. But it's hard. It is hard.
Yeah, it's like a muscle, like anything. So you have to rest it when you're not using it, and when you're being paid the big bucks, you gotta make sure you're ready. Vocal pacing, as they say, like the vocal pacing is a new thing in the whole RL world.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, my question to you is that you'd be amazing in Bridges, Madison County. That would be a great part for you. But what is your dream role?
Oh, that's such a good question. I think I would like to do Dear Evan Hansen again. Zoe has very much been a dream role of mine. Also, because when I did it, again, I was in the ensemble, and I kind of covered both girls. But now that it has been etched out, I feel like I clearly am more of a Zoe, which I would love to do.
You'd be amazing.
I feel like everybody wants to be in Wicked, right? Like, isn't that like, why is that the ultimate? I don't know what it feels like it is. Like,
in my day, it was Les Mis was the rite of passage, right? Everybody wanted to be in Les Mis. Now it's Wicked, sure.
But I would love to do Les Mis again. I would love to play Eponine again. But yeah, Wicked, I'm like, I'll do Nessa Rose. I don't really know if I'm a Glenda or an Elphaba, but it just feels like you've made it if you're in Wicked.
Yeah. I hear you. I totally hear that. That's very valid. Okay, we have one more question.
Yes.
So Tired 7930 asked, hilarious, by the way. Did it feel different performing Mean Girls at DPAC versus the other theaters since it's near your hometown?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Absolutely it did. Because
And she said you were amazing, by the way. She saw you go on as Janice.
That's very sweet. Yes, it felt different and amazing for so many reasons. It was incredible to be home with so many friends and family that I knew in the audience. It like was the best. I had performed on that stage before with Triangle Rising Star through DPAC, so that was neat to be back and like see my signature on the wall backstage from way back when. But that was also really the first time I had gone on multiple times as Janice. So I was also super nervous and still trying to kind of find my Janice and version of her. So it was incredible to be there while that was happening because it was such a supportive, loving audience. But it was incredible. It's surreal always to be like, wow, I grew up here and the show is incredible and so full circle. Yep.
Full circle. That's awesome. Yay. I love that. Well, I didn't get to see you. I'm sorry. I think we were on vacation in Mexico or something, but that wasn't bad. But I did get to see you in If Then at DPAC. So that was amazing too. You were killer. Okay, let's play a little game. Since we're talking about you being on tour, I thought it would be really fun to play a trivia game about your sort of states around the country knowledge. And in particular, do you know the slogans of states around our great country? Let's find out.
We're going to find out. I think the answer is no, but we're going to find out.
I'll give you some hints. Some of them are very obvious, and some of them are like, nope, got nothing. And by the way, just to set the bar nice and low for my sweet English Bernhardt, I wouldn't have known any of these except North Carolina's. So here we go. Okay, the first one is you'll probably get this one. It is blank is for lovers.
Oh, yeah. Virginia?
Yes. Virginia is for lovers.
Okay.
This one's a funny one. If you are looking for a merry land, go to blank. If you're looking for a Maryland, go to Baltimore. Well, what state is Baltimore in?
Is it that easy?
It's that easy.
Wait.
If you're looking for a Maryland, go to Maryland. That's what it is.
That can't be.
It's 100%.
But don't you have to hide it?
No. That's what Google said.
Is there a hyphen? Not even, just straight up Maryland in the flag.
Maryland. Okay, number 3, Big Sky Country.
Big Sky Country. Big Sky.
What has lots of sky?
So much sky. Oh, yeah, I mean, that really narrows it down.
It's up north.
Oh, up north.
In the west.
Okay.
I don't know why we're snapping and dancing.
At first I was thinking like Wyoming, like Arizona. Now I'm thinking I need to go more. Montana.
You nailed it. Big Montana, Big Sky Country.
Okay.
Are you ready for this one?
Oh, yeah.
First in Flight.
First in Flight, North Carolina, of course. The right.
If you didn't get that one, I was going to take your Raleigh Zone title away.
No longer a Raleigh native. Don't claim.
We do not claim English Bernhardt. She did not know First in Flight. But congratulations, you did. We'll keep you. Okay, the next one is it's high noon in the blank state.
It's high noon.
Well, I guess I don't have to say blank, but it gives it away if I tell you what that word is there. It's high noon. Okay, I'll say it. It's high noon in the Lone Star State.
Texas.
Yeah, you got it.
High noon. What does that
You know what it used to be? It used to be don't mess with Texas.
Well, I like that. Feels classic. Don't mess with Texas.
Don't mess with Texas. They changed it. No, now it's high noon in the Lone Star State. Okay, number 6 is great faces, great places.
Great faces, great places. North Dakota.
Oh, you're so close.
South Dakota.
Dakota.
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. You nailed it. That was good. You got the faces.
North Dakota. One of those.
You got it. You got it. Okay, this is a good one.
Okay.
Let's see if you know this. Unbridled spirit.
Unbridled spirit.
Unbridled.
Unbridled.
Bridled. Bridled.
Horsey, horsey. Doo, 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 doo.
What's the horse state?
What is the horse state?
The blank derby.
Oh, Kentucky.
Yeah.
The horse state. Unbridled. Right, that's a good one.
Unbridled spirit. I like it too. All right, this is stupid. This is dumb. You'll get this one.
Yeah.
The islands of Aloha.
Hawaii. Aloha.
This is also absolutely ridiculous and on the nose. The Grand Canyon State.
No. Wait, I was ready for like orange and peaches, but the fruits, are those in those sayings? You know what I mean?
Like Georgia peach kind of thing.
Like, what is theirs? Do I just know that those fruits are from there, or is that also in their slogan?
It might have used to have been, but Georgia's now like Georgia on my mind. It's sort of like the song is now their slogan.
Oh.
So it's not really the peach anymore.
Interesting.
I'll give you points though for knowing that it was Georgia peach.
Wow, I felt good about that. I was like, I got this. I know orange, I know peach, I know
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Orange could be California or Florida. Could have been either.
You're right.
Yeah. All right. My final question. What did you get that one? Did we even do it? I don't remember.
Did we get it?
The Grand Canyon State?
Is that Nevada?
Well,
Nevada?
it's on the other side of the Grand Canyon is.
Where's the other side of it? The Grand Canyon. Ooh.
Let's see. How can I help you? The Cardinals is one of their teams.
You think that's good?
That's good.
The Cardinals.
I happen to know that because my husband likes football.
Like the Cardinals. Ooh, Lauren.
Or, okay, let's see. Another one would be, I love to eat Tempe.
Arizona. Oh,
there it is. I get you with the food reference. I know you. Okay.
Yikes.
Okay. The last one is share the wonder.
Share the wonder.
They're all state of
Wonderland.
Yes. Not Wonderland. Nope.
Disneyland.
Alice, you're wrong. Not Disney. Their other alternate slogan is Sweet Home Blank.
Alabama.
There you go. English.
Share the wonder.
Share the wonder. It's not a good one. Alabama, rethink it. It's not good. We don't like it. Okay. All right. Well, okay. So before we go back to one more song from English Bernhardt and we wrap up this awesome evening, since we were talking about how much English is a foodie and she loves to eat and go to coffee shops across the country, I thought it would be a great opportunity for me to shout out some of my friends who have awesome restaurants here in Raleigh. We have a lot of amazing restaurants that are being hit by this pandemic right now. I'm wearing a shirt to my friends White Hill. Woo! White Hill, woohoo! Please support your local restaurants and order out curbside. There's a lot of great small businesses that are trying to get through this next period of time. So do what you can to help them. I guess I should also say, if you can and you feel compelled to, you could also donate to Theater Raleigh tonight because we do, of course, pay our artists to do these shows. Not that they usually like English. Some people don't. There she is that way. She didn't want to take any money, but I told her it was part of the deal. So we want to pay English for being here tonight. So if you want to support us. We would love it. We understand that it's a tough time for everybody, so we understand if you can't. We are also just happy to entertain you. So that being said, let us have English sing her final song. And I can't wait for you to hear that. I heard it in soundcheck. It's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, English Bernhardt.
Oh, thank you. Hello again. Okay, last one. So this song is one that I used to sing for auditions a lot. Oh, and it's ready to go. It is from a show called Catch Me If You Can, which some of you may have seen the show, the musical, some of you may have seen the movie. But yeah, I just think it's a beautiful song. It's fun to sing. And this is called Fly, Fly Away. So here you go. When I was a child, my eyes were clear, I saw the good side. But that's the kind of second sight that doesn't last too long. But when I was lost, I heard a voice that brought me healing. That's the kind of special hope he brought me with his song. People only saw the doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, but he was just a lonely little boy to me. With his sweet and gentle touch, he sure unlocked my soul. So in return, I surely want to help to set him free. And now I want to see him fly, fly. I'll be your alibi, my baby. Fly, fly, fly away. We didn't get to say goodbye, goodbye. You need to tell me why, my baby. Maybe it's because you'll fly back home to me one day. Men who they call real were really fakes and left me nothing. But this man they call fake gave me something real. I've known cruel, cruel men with Christian names and taught me manners. But this man without a name taught me how to feel. They only saw magic tricks, the smoke and mirrors. Was I the only one to ever see the boy? And now they want to clip his precious wings and bring him down. But in his heart and soul's the kind of good they can't destroy. Yet now I want to see him fly, fly. I'll be your alibi, my baby. Fly, fly, fly away. We didn't get to say goodbye, goodbye. You need to tell me why, my baby. Maybe it's because you'll fly back home to me maybe it's because you'll fly back home to me one day, and I'll be waiting for you there. You'll fly back home to me one day.
Yes, ma'am. You better sing your face off. Oh, that is so good. You guys, go see Mean Girls when it's back playing. Support English Bernhardt. Go see her when she's a big Broadway star. That voice is killer. I can't wait to see it live with like real microphones and orchestra and like incredible. Yeah, I'm so proud of you, English. I'm so happy that you agreed to do this with us tonight. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, this was incredible. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm just thrilled to see your face, and I appreciate our audience just letting us like, you know, go over old memories and connect. And I thank you all for indulging us in that. I can't thank you enough, English. You are a doll, and I wish you the best of luck. And please come and work at Theater Raleigh soon.
I love it.
Well, we will bug you. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, English. Love you.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay. Wow. Incredible. Oh, I love watching people grow and be amazing. It's really the honor of being in the position that I'm in, to watch her go from 11 to incredible is really what's happened. Okay. So next week we have a really awesome new show we're going to be putting on for you. We have, let's see, we've created something we're calling the Show and Tell-a-thon. So here's our little graphic. Boom, the Show and Tell-a-thon. It features a one-night concert of Daddy Longlegs, plus stories from our artists and patrons. We really want to celebrate our community, so we decided to have a Giving Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo, just an all-around celebration of this awesome community that we are a part of, and have people call in, tell their stories, also bring community members, people who are doing incredible things for frontline workers. We have a costume designer who's going to come on and talk about making masks. We have, like I told you before, Brandon Cordry, who's going to be talking about the North Carolina Artist Relief Fund. And we are going to also be talking with people who are just members of our community that have incredible stories to tell. It's the human stories that have gotten me through this dark time, and we wanted to share some of that with you, along with some entertainment as well. So I hope you'll tune in at 7 o'clock on May 5th, right here on our YouTube channel. And then on Thursday, we are going to be back here with Living Room Live with another Theater Raleigh favorite and local incredible singer, artist, actress, Lydia Kenton. You are not going to want to miss it. She's an amazing singer. Can't wait to talk with her. So in the meantime, thank you guys so much for supporting us. If you can donate to Theater Raleigh, we'd appreciate it very much. If not, we will see you on these broadcasts next week. I send you my love. I hope you're safe and you're healthy, and stay inside and be well, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.